Hi, welcome in. Today I'm going to show you the 3+ best merchant cash advance same day funding programs for you to take advantage of. Now, before I get started, if this is the first time you're watching me, I do come out with content like this on alternative lending, merchant cash advances, hybrids of them, which you will learn about today if you haven't already, as well as all other types of small business loans, credits, and different financial opportunities for you to take advantage of online. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so and click that bell notification icon so you don't miss any future videos I will be coming out with. Let's get started. The first one on this list, and my highly favored, and I'll get into why that is, it's David Allen Capital, Inc. Now, this is the hybrid. This is the one with no interest rates, no collateral, and no hard credit checks. That's right, we calculate on total payback. It's similar to a factor rate, but what you're getting here is generally 50% less expensive than a traditional merchant cash advance. And so let's back up a little bit. If you're unsure of what an MCA is, I'm sure you do, that's what you're searching here. But what happens is you get deducted a future percentage of your credit card receivables / sales, and even debit card receivables / sales. So whatever you're profiting within your credit card transactions, a percentage of those sales will be taken out of your account. And with David Allen Capital, they don't operate that way. We're not asking for credit card receivables. We're not doing any of that. And when it comes out to what you see on the monthly, it'll generally be 50% less expensive than what you would get with a traditional MCA again. And you get fixed rates, so you always know what you're getting, nothing unexpected, nothing will change, something will fluctuate, and you're like, whoa, well, I can't do that, or come on, seriously? And you're being taken away too much, and there are more hassles that come with that. So you can get up to 2 million incredibly fast within a day of approval, funds deposited within 1 to 2 days, as much as a week, depending on your profile and what we have to go through. But it is a great company. I've done a separate review. I'll leave a link to that video in the description, as well as the other pieces of content that will circulate around this program. And you can even get instant approval up to 25,000 same day with their bank Breezy, Biddy Advance partnership. A lot of people have already come through here, have had great success with this program, getting funded, so you can continue to build, grow, expand, and even get out of that tight pinch with simple qualifications. We're talking about just 6+ months in business, 5,000 plus monthly in sales coming in, business bank account, a 450+ FICO credit score, and an EIN number. Very important information to have when you go and apply. So this is what you can get access to within David Allen Capital Link. Yes, they've partnered. If you go search Biddy Advance, and I've done a video on that, I'll leave it down below. They are a merchant cash advance company, but with the Bank Breezy partnership, they don't operate like a traditional MCA does. And that's the love in it. And that's what differentiates it amongst every other merchant cash advance out there in the online industry. Now, why do I like it so much? Aside from the immediate approvals, you get a breezy online process. You accept the approval amount, you link your online banking, review approval terms, sign an agreement online, and then you receive your funds instantly. Simple and fair, no hard credit inquiries, transparent terms, no collateral is required, industry-leading early pay discounts, get more when you need it. Payment history will earn you more, receive your funds time and time again. Add-on funds are available, personalized account manager to hold you by the hand to help you, so you don't have to feel at the end of the day this lone wolf trying to figure out all the information for yourself, and you're constantly being hit with all these people who are trying to call you and telling you, hey, my offer is better. And look, at the end of the day, merchant cash advances and all types of business lending programs online are not supposed to be quote unquote inexpensive. Relative to a different company, yeah, inexpensive, but it's always going to be, hey, does the benefit exceed the repayment? And if the benefit does exceed your repayment, then it makes sense to move forward. Now, I won't get into what the rates and what terms you can get in this video. That content will be separately down below for the Bank Breezy and then the David Allen Capital up to 2 million. You can learn about the application process, the rates and the terms, and why I believe it to be very very helpful to you. And keep that again in the back of your mind. The benefits has to exceed your repayment. For example, if you're in the restaurant industry, and let's say you're trying to build a new patio so you can fit an extra 45 people, that will increase your bottom line monthly by an extra 10 to 20,000. Now, would that be very helpful to you? Let's say it does help. Now, that extra 5 to 6 to 7,000 in repayment or so, whatever it is, won't be significant. You're going to be profiting. You're going to be seeing that bottom line. You're going to be stable. Now, I do get a lot of people who do come to me and are like, well, that's the thing. If you're just barely new to this and you don't understand how it exactly works, and it's the only funding option available, I recommend you take it if it's going to increase your bottom line. I will never give you something or tell you to take something that won't help you, and it'll actually help. You'll suffer from it. But a lot of the times you do not get as many options on the table, and a merchant cash advance is one of the fastest way to get funding. And again, this is a non-traditional one. And those other ones out there, like unsecured business term loans, personal loans, and business lines of credit, I've done reviews for that. I'll link to down below in the description as well. But just know that they may not be best for you. And this is one of the best options to take. So that'll be down below in the description so you can get your application started. We'll give you more content specifically on DAC and why it's best to go through them. A second one to come to, it is Go Capital, a very instrumental place. I've helped a lot of people already get funding with this one as well. They offer kind of an all-in-one, and they have specialties as well. So with business loans, they do merchant cash advances in their more of a traditional sense, a business line of credit, and they do startup business loans, small business loans, personal loans, unsecured business term loans, equipment financing and leasing, SBA loans. They even give you resources like the business loan calculators, a qualification criteria, and a pre-qualification tool. Like what more do you want, right? And so those are options on the table. And I've done separate content on Go Capital. I'll link to down below in the description so you can view an all-in-one video about how I go thoroughly through all of them. And I've even chunked it out into different videos on the real estate financing. They also do that here, as well as the different types of business loans like SBA loan types. So from 20,000 to 5 million within 3 days. The most accessible funding option on the market, quick payback structure, funds deposited in your account within hours. Same day funding is available there. Got questions, give us a call. Business funding, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can apply in minutes and I'll show you how that looks. The loan amounts from 20,000 to 5 million. So it is going to be more than the business capital you see here with DACs up to 2 million, but they also have the up to 25K. So they give you more flexibility. And this is one reason why I put it as number 1 in this list. And it's a great option to come to. And sometimes you might not even need that amount and have to take it through a merchant cash advance. If you were to qualify for other options like unsecured business term loans, personal loans, maybe an SBA type of a loan format, a business line of credit, then that might be on the table as well. But a lot of the times, many people don't for credit reasons, revenue reasons, and so forth. So it's like an MCA is always a great option to go to. It's one of my, number 1 recommended sources for funding. Now, loan terms, 3 to 18 months, time to fund. That is 1 to 2 business days. You get a factor rate starting at 1.20, so that is relatively low. Put a merchant cash advance to work for you. For any business owner, you need capital for equipment, payroll, marketing, and advertising. That list can go on and on. Cash flow, emergency funds, etc. Is a great solution to get a lump sum. That's what an MCA is. You can get a lump sum. You can expect it to be paid back in a shorter amount of time, as you saw one of these here, and you go from there. With the David Allen Capital, with their Bank Breezy, you get 4 to 6 months as the time of making this video. And with the other one, with the DAC up to 2 million, it is as low as like 6 months up to 24 months. So it gives you a lot of room there to pay it back in return, and generally less expensive than what you're going to see here with something like Go Capital. We help you turn future credit or debit card sales into working capital that you can use today. Our cash advances are fast, easy to get, and unsecured, meaning you don't have to put any kind of collateral, your personal or business assets. What is a merchant cash advance? As I already have talked about earlier, how do they work? I've already spoken about it, why you should apply for one. While a cash advance is not technically a loan, an MCA is perhaps the quickest and easiest way to obtain working capital for your business, bar none. Even faster, I'd say, than a business line of credit. When you get a cash advance, the lender will give you a lump sum of cash in exchange for a percentage of your future debit or even credit card sales, those receivables. Then the loan can be repaid by automatically debiting the agreement the agreed amount daily or weekly from your business merchant account. Listen, you're like daily or weekly. How about bi-weekly, maybe a monthly? That's just very rare to see in this industry. And if it's something that is available, it is very less of it nowadays, especially with COVID and so many, this is a very high risk type of a financing solution, as well as others. And it can be even more depending on your industry and your criteria and your profile, et cetera. But you would expect to see daily or weekly. Now you're thinking, well, Michael, I have a company here who have spoken to me about getting an MCA. What can you do better for me? If you want to get in talks and you want to talk numbers, I can put some things out there for you and show you how I can save you a lot of more money, a lot of time and energy, and how you can receive funds time and time again, what you can get approved for even more. So the best way to do that is to communicate with me. You can leave me a comment, but if that's more of a conversation you want to have behind, we can talk in email, text a little bit here and there, even a phone call if necessary. But to email me, leave me an email, that information in the description to get a hold of me as well there, so we can talk numbers and talk shop about that, how to help you. So opposed to fixed payment loans and a cash advance agreement amount is automatically deducted from the daily sales generated on your merchant account until the advance is fully paid off. Before the MCA lender transfers the funds into your account, he or she will provide a detailed loan agreement from form showing the advance amount, the amount you are expected to pay back, and the loan term. How to apply for one? It's 3 easy steps. Apply online, submit the documents, and approval process there. And take a look at some of the features. Factor rates from as low as 1.20, terms 3 to 18 months, loan amounts 20K to 5 million. Time to fund, it's 1 to 2 business days. It can be even same day in many cases. Time in business, 1 year. Existing advance, no problem. Tax liens acceptable, yes. Industries funded, all. Repayments daily or weekly. Collateral required, no. Restrictions on uses, no. Consolidation, refinancing options, yes, as you'll see across the board there. Benefits of getting them, and there's a little calculator there you can check out. So how much do you need? We'll just leave it at 20,000 estimated factor rate, and that's very low at 1.29. Estimated term, that's 10 months. You can expect the payment frequency of daily being 129, weekly $645 weekly. But it's not always the case that you'll get a weekly amount. Just be aware. And the best way to get there is to be in good standing with the lender or lenders. The thing is, you expect to go weekly. You expect to do a sort of a shorter payment. I get that, but it's already high risk, one, and you haven't proven to be able to accept the type of payment and be able to pay it back on time. Now, if you've done this time and time again, then again, we can give you some more flexibility. But if it's your very first time and you're somebody who's like, well, I'm doing less in finance, Michael, I mean, you're expecting me to pay that back. The benefit does it exceed the repayment. And if it doesn't, increase those bottom lines. Be resourceful, take it if you can, and use what you can with it if it's going to be helpful to you. So all that information is there. Now let me come back over here very quickly to show you, and then we'll wrap up with one last option. But if you felt like you've seen enough, then you can continue moving forward. And if you want to view, again, all different types of financing programs like business lines of credit and more, I'll leave information of that down below in the description. But here's a quick product loan guideline, and I did have it open there. But you can see there in a nutshell, approvals of 50% to 150% of average monthly sales, daily or weekly payments, all industries qualify. So we're seeing in important details there of how much you can get approved for, more or less, depending on the amount of revenue you have coming in. So if annual revenue required is 360,000, which breaks down to 30K per month, you have a time in business of 1 year, medium high, 1.2 to 1.49 factor rate at 24 hours, same day funding, but then the approvals can get you more. Just know that that option is on the table. With David Allen Capital, you can get more or less the same thing. If you have 20,000 plus per month coming in, then that's an option where you can get up to 2 million. Yes, it may be a little bit less than what we're seeing with the Go Capital program, but again, generally 50% less expensive, and you're only needing a 20K plus per month requirement with the DAC program here, as we've already gone through, as you can see. And we're seeing a little bit of a differentiation there. You have to have more time in business. So time in business for the up to 2 million here is 4 months, and then 6 months if it's up to 25,000 with Bank Breezy, and so forth. So what you need for documents required for pre-approval: business loan application, 4 to 6 months of business bank statements, 4 to 6 months of credit card processing, merchant statements if applicable. And again, we're not asking for credit card statements and all that with the DAC program, and there's more flexibility. And if you get approved for this type of funding, if you're doing the 20,000 plus, not the 5,000 with the Bank Breezy, then you expect to get 1 to 2x your monthly, so 100 to 200x. So that could be more there. So that's one option on the table. Now let's see, make sure we didn't skip anything. Okay, so our third option we have here is rapid finance. And I have a separate video and content I made for this as well. I'll leave 2 down below in the description so you can learn more about them. But here we're looking through what is a merchant cash advance, flexible payments, automatic payments calculated based on the percentage of your business credit card sales or other revenue receivables. Estimated completion date. Payments are based on the business receivables. There is no fixed payment term. So that may be good, that may not be, especially if you're in a burden. And I personally like to know what's being withdrawn out of my account daily. I don't mind. I mean, you can come to terms with that, especially if the payment looks right for you and you expect there to be a less of a payment per day, but the term may be shorter, right? So you have to get that into consideration. It could be a less of a payment and a higher term depending on your history, or it could be a longer term. Maybe you got 6 months with one company, but then you got 12 months with another one, but you had a higher daily payment or weekly. Usually it's daily what you're going to see in this industry. So costs and fees, the receivables are purchased at a discounted price and fees may be charged and deducted from the advanced amount. And then here's just some information you're going to need to supply. Form of identity validation, the business bank account number and routing number for deposits, last 3 months of business bank statements, more or less, last 3 credit card processing statements, again, more or less there. The application process, apply online, you get your quote, let us review, and then get funded, and therefore. So that's what you can expect with the solution on rapid finance. And if you'd like to learn more, again, there's a separate video I made down below if you want to get more in depth and to see how they can work for you and so forth. So let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay. How does it work? Can I get a merchant cash advance with bad credit? Yes, you can. As you can see there. How can you benefit? What is the difference between that and a small business loan? The merchant cash advance is a purchase and sale transaction where a financing company is purchasing at a discounted portion of the small business future revenue stream, i.e. credits, debit card sales, or accounts receivable. A small business loan is when a financing company lends money to a borrower and the borrower must repay the small business loan with fixed payments. So fixed there, see. But they do offer other solutions as well and so you qualify and if it's the best solution for you. But for more information on rapid finance qualifications and a lot more for that, look down below. But what is my favorite one of all 3? I mean, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm trying to be as unbiased for you as I can. And that's revealing by making this video for you. But David Allen Capital is a great one because like I said, 50% less expensive, top rated providers, use as you choose, small business focus, simple and fast, up to 2 million and even up to 25,000, same day, instant approval. Why they are better. The AC identifies and represents only the most reputable capital providers. They provide capital faster than the traditional bank with less intensive qualifications. Your revenue is valued most rather than your credit score. And with that said, there are A, B, C, D plus paper clients. So whether you have a certain amount of FICO, the revenue, time in business, this goes into account what your rates and your terms can be. So that's just something to check out. And I'll leave more information on that down below. How do they compare? The fastest capital, yes. Most banks, no. Credit card advances, no. Value cash flow more than credit score, yes, no, yes. Bad credit, okay, only 500 or 450 with Bank Breezy, yes, no, yes. Unsecured, no collateral, yes, no, yes. Minimal amount of paperwork, absolutely yes, no, and no. Repeat customer benefits, yes, no, no. Simple presentation of the total cost of capital, yes, no, and no. Which again, simple presentation, cost of capital, as unlike traditional MCAs. And there's some information down here. I've already done content on this. I'll leave it in a different video that you can check out and how to get funding through them if you want to go through their up to 22 million. If you want to go through their up to 2 million, here it is, just to show you how that'll look like. But my other video, my other content will cover that. And then for the up to 25K program, click here. And these links will all be down there so you can view the content and make sure you know this is what you were wanting to get into. And again, I highly recommend this type of funding. And that's what you're going to see. So that will conclude everything in this video. Another company maybe to have a look at is Lensa. I know they don't always do same day, and not everybody can get approved for it. They do startup funding options and as well as other ones, but what you've already seen on this list is phenomenal. And so look for these options down below in the description. And if you need help with all other types of financing solutions and different opportunities for you to take advantage of, please get a hold of me. And one other thing too, if you have not checked out this free 6-step pre-approval lending checklist that I want to show you, I highly recommend you pick it up. What it'll show you is step-by-step what the pre-approval process, what you need to know before you walk into an application with 110% confidence and certainty, you will get approved without wasting time. We're talking about days, weeks, months, and even years of having to sift through information. Unsure if you'll get approved, and this will expedite the process. And at the end of the day, when you can go to bed at night, sleeping very comfortably, waking up feeling very refreshed with the right thoughts on your mind, because I know the feeling of being declined by the banks. You don't have any more in your savings, or you don't want to use more of it. Can't turn to your friends and family for helping. So that'll be down there in the description, contact forms, and many more ways to get a hold of me. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Click the bell notification icon so you don't miss any future videos I come out with. And that will be all. Thank you. Bye.